Extreme Foolishness TV. This is where I talk about extreme foolishness that goes on around you. You guys have seen the Tyre Nichols video. I'm not going to belabor the point. You've seen the video. You saw how a bunch of extreme fools of the Scorpion unit of the Memphis Police Department beat Tyre Nichols to death. That unit, I think it's now been disbanded, but that unit, just like many of these units within several police departments in the country, are nothing but gangs. All these units are gangs. The Scorpion unit was a gang. Let's look at the definition of a gang, people. Let's look at it. A gang is an organized group of criminals. Based on this definition, would you agree with me that the Scorpion unit was a gang? Absolutely. If you disagree otherwise, let me know in the comments. They were an organized group of criminals, 5 people. They were an organized group. They were called the Scorpion units, and they were nothing but criminals. 5 of them have all been indicted with felony charges. The highest of which is second-degree murder of Tyre Nichols. All they did was terrorize the neighborhood. If you saw the video, the dispatcher asked one of the officers, what was his charge? Not a single response to that question. Crickets. What did he do wrong? They said he was arrested. He was stopped or pulled over for reckless driving. According to the Memphis Police Department, there's no evidence to substantiate that allegation that he was pulled over for reckless driving, which means these guys were the killer squad. They were looking for blood that night, bloodthirsty people. This is crazy. He called them the Scorpion unit. What do you expect? What is a scorpion? Scorpion is any order of nocturnal animals that has an elongated body and a narrow segmented tail bearing a venomous stinger at the tip. When we're talking about a scorpion, it's nothing but venom, death, danger. So the name inherently implies death. The Scorpion unit implies death, danger. These guys are not there to protect and serve. A lot of these units within the police departments have God complexes. Those guys walk around as if they're untouchables. Because that night that they beat Tyre Nichols, they were looking for blood. They were definitely looking for blood that night, because what did this man do that he deserved that level of aggressive response from the members of the Scorpion group? Not one of them could even say, hold up. What we're doing is not right. All of them combined, even the other officers who came, I think 2 of them are now been suspended. This lets you know that it was nothing but a gang. Nothing but a gang. An organized group of criminals. These units within the police department are not needed because you're just creating trouble. It's like having pit bulls who are aggressive. You now select out of the aggressive pit bulls, the most aggressive pit bulls out of them, and put them together and now say, go fight. And give them guns and a badge. That is a recipe for disaster. As we can see, it is a recipe for disaster. This thing happened too in the city of Atlanta. It happened. Atlanta, once upon a time, had the Red Dog Unit. They were a gang too. The killer squad, just like the Scorpion unit, they go out there looking for blood. It was disbanded because they violated the rights of a lot of citizens. I think some of their members were responsible for raiding a gay bar in Atlanta and violating the civil rights of the patrons of that gay bar. I think the gay bar was Atlanta Eagle at the time. They had to file a federal lawsuit against the city of Atlanta and won. I think it was a settlement. I can't remember how it ended up, but you get the gist. They formed these units with the pretext that they're going to fight crime, that they're a special response unit. So those guys walk around as though they're even better than other officers. That is why not one of those officers could say, hey, what we're doing is wrong. And they had a duty to intervene and stop the other officers from violating protocol and policy. And after they beat him up, his hands were behind his back. You can see he was dazed as a result of the severe beating. They still did nothing to help him. They didn't give him any aid because they are not human beings. They're animals. The killer squad. It is sad. It is sad. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are they gangs? Was the Scorpion unit a gang or not? Stay safe out there, my lovely people. And most importantly, say no to extreme foolishness.